So the topic that I would like to discuss today is about self-doubt. When I ever self-doubted myself as a woman, as a mom, and how I overcame it. So I would like to speak of my last born child. She is one of the big reasons that I decided to write a book. Of course, it wasn't initiated by me. It had installed that in me, and I decided to, after time, just do what I'm being told to do, and that's what directed me to create the book that I published about a year ago. So today it makes 1 year since I became an author. My book is a little bit about myself, about going through betrayal and growing up with a parent who suffers from mental health. The topic that I'll be talking about is the moment when I went through self-doubt. I went through self-doubt about being a single mom raising my last born alone. How I overcame it. So Hispanic mother, being raised by Hispanic parents. I grew up with the mentality that it's always great to, raise your children with your significant other, no matter how unhappy you can be. I decided to break that curse because I felt like it was a curse. I decided to work on better, what's the word? I decided to love myself more. During my encounter of having my daughter, just thinking of having to raise my daughter alone without the help of her father was something that I think of myself as, not that I'm prideful, because I'm far from that, but I felt as if I'm such a great woman. I'm such a great mom. I do anything for my loved ones. I go far and beyond. I felt that during me, giving birth to my daughter, not having the support that I needed from her father, was a moment where I didn't know what was going to happen. I was so scared, so afraid about how I would make ends meet, how would I be able to provide for my children. Meanwhile, I was out on maternity leave. I dealt with a lot of fear, a lot of negativity going through my mind. I am so grateful and thankful for God, for reminding me that not to worry. He knew everything that was happening in my life, and he wouldn't allow me to go through this for no reason. So I had to learn to let things go, which was one of the most hardest things that I ever had to do in this lifetime. But just the fact that I was able to let things go and be peaceful and cordial for the sake of my children, for me, that meant so much, because that is so not me. I'm so big on, raising my children together with their father, and making sure that we all are in one household. The fact that I decided to listen to God and focus on my daughter and focus on my other children and finish raising them, how I overcame it. This was tough. I can only tell you that if it wasn't for God's grace over my life, I would have never overcame it. He just, kept on reminding me not to worry about my daughter having a father, because he is her father, and she's the only father that she needs, and that he'll be there to support her through it all, through anything, that any phases that she go through in life. And quite honestly, she's actually the child who brought me closer to God, because of how special she is. I don't think anyone understands. Well, some parents do, but I can only speak for my little one. He has been such a blessing to me. No matter what I go through in life, like,